that we've got going on in this particular thunderstorm, and you can see where that is located, very close to Rogersville. We're looking at the wind velocity right now, and just a reminder what the color scheme means. The greens and the reds determine on whether the wind is blowing toward or away from the radar. Green is toward the radar, which is back to the west. Red is away, so you get this sense of counterclockwise rotation showing up here. Again, very close to Rogersville. So I want you, if you're in Rogersville, if you haven't sought shelter yet, especially just north of town, you need to do that. If you're in Anderson, I need you to head to your tornado shelter. Also here into northwestern Limestone County, close to Mount Rosal, I need you to be headed to your tornado shelter. Just a reminder, lowest level of the building that you're in, and you need to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Storms that we have ongoing out there right now, at times showing signs of rotation. They've also been producing some hail. In fact, a report of some nickel-sized hail near Elgin with this particular thunderstorm. But again, the rotation that we are seeing here close to Rogersville, prompting a tornado warning. And again, that goes until 8:15 this evening. So if you're here in eastern Lauderdale County, again, Anderson over towards Mount Rosal, do want you to go ahead and seek shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado with this thunderstorm. Let me go ahead and track it on out for you. We'll show you where this is going to be headed across this part of northwestern Alabama. And again, possibility that we get a tornado developing out of this. This will show you the approximate time of arrival in the areas that we are talking about. Into the Anderson area here within the next 6 minutes or so. Mount Rosal arriving around 8:11. If you're in Leicester, here right on the state line, 8:14, and over into parts of Giles County, Minor Hill coming in around 8:18. So again, possibility for a developing tornado with this particular thunderstorm coming on through. I do want to show you the bigger picture, so we're going to kind of widen the view here and show you that we have had an uptick in active weather compared to what we had if you were watching us at 4, 5, and 6 when there was basically nothing of any concern here on WAAY 31 triple Doppler. So storms have really started to flare up just within the last 30 to 45 minutes, not only across northwest Alabama. We've had some severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued as well for parts of Jackson, DeKalb County, also into Madison County, and up here into the northern portion, just outside of our coverage area, northern areas of southern Middle Tennessee, there have been some tornado warnings issued. In fact, the latest one does include parts of Giles County. Officially, you folks in Lincoln County not included in that tornado warning, but I do just want to give you the heads up. If you're north of Fayetteville, it is possible that a tornado warning will be coming out for you folks as well. Also closely monitoring a storm here, very strong one producing a lot of lightning in southern parts of Giles County. That one will also be tracking eastward on into parts of Lincoln County in southern Middle Tennessee. So things are really starting to get active around here with the potential for severe weather. Main concerns still going to be some strong wind gusts and also some hail, but again, the possibility for tornado activity as well. New tornado warning also looks like it's been issued now for our storm over here into Jackson County, so let me get a quick look at that. This one had an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning due to the fact that it had the potential for producing perhaps some quarter-size hail. Let's take a closer view here and show you the circulation that we're tracking. This is now very close to Henniger. So if you're in Henniger, I want you to seek shelter for, again, the possibility of a developing tornado. Again, the green blowing toward the radar, red is away, counterclockwise rotation showing up here. This is right along Alabama Highway 40 going from Jackson County on into DeKalb County. So again, if you're here in Henniger, need you to seek shelter for the possibility of a tornado. That includes areas along Alabama Highway 75 going up there towards Biddle Crossroads. Want you to be headed to your tornado shelter for, again, the possibility of a developing tornado with this storm moving out of Jackson and on into DeKalb County. So let's kind of run down everything that we've got going on here. I want to show you the big picture, all the warnings that we have currently in effect. Looks like a warning has now been issued for Lincoln County as well. So I just gave you the heads up about that a couple seconds ago. So we are now tracking 3 active tornado warnings here in North Alabama and the parts of southern Tennessee that we cover. Again, Lauderdale, Limestone County, tornado warning there. Tornado warning now for Lincoln County here in southern Middle Tennessee. This is going to be passing near and just to the north of Fayetteville. This warning goes until 8:30. And our tornado warning that includes areas of DeKalb County Let me get the latest particulars on it and show you how long that warning is in effect. The good news about that storm is that eventually, here in fairly short order, it'll be heading into Georgia. That one also goes until 8:30 this evening. So 3 active tornado warnings right now. If you're in eastern Lauderdale, northwestern Limestone County, I want you to head to your shelter. If you are in southern Middle Tennessee, there in Lincoln County, near and north, primarily north of Fayetteville, I want you to be headed to your tornado shelter. And again, if you are in DeKalb County, near Henniger and points to the north and to the east, I want you to be headed to your shelter for the possibility of a tornado. Let's get you back here into Lauderdale County. We've had an update now on this storm with perhaps tornado indicated on the ground. There has been an update in the warning here. So let's get a closer view here on this storm. Taking a look at the wind velocity. I know there were some reports of some rotation that was cited with this storm as well. Again, the main circulation that we're seeing here pulling away from Rogersville, just south of Anderson. Again, the circulation showing up in between, looks like Alabama Highway 207. Let me zoom in a little closer here to see what this road is going out of Rogersville. And this is going to be, it looks like County Road 26 and Snake Road as well. So that is where our circulation is located. Again, this is now just outside of Rogersville. But if you're in Anderson, I do want you to seek shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado with this particular thunderstorm. I'm going to take a look here at some different information. Number one, to the debris tracker on this storm. I'm not seeing anything definitive suggesting that there is something on the ground, or at least where we are seeing any sort of tornado debris. But let's check some other areas as well. Here into Lincoln County with our tornado-warned storm here. Again, also not seeing anything that's catching my eye that we have something on the ground, but definitely some rotation here. In fact, we can show you and pinpoint that exactly where it is located. And that is about ready to cross near Frank Ewing here, Giles County, moving into western and really the extreme northwestern corner of Lincoln County. So you folks in Fayetteville, this is likely going to stay well to your north. There you saw the latest update. Again, just rotation showing up here. The green is toward, red is away. You get that sense of counterclockwise spin happening within this thunderstorm. So this is just going to clip across the far northwest and northern portions of Lincoln County and southern Middle Tennessee. If you're here near Boones Hill, I want you to head to your shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado with this thunderstorm as well. Also seeing rotation, again, showing up in southern parts of Lawrence County as well. So we're watching this as also for you folks just north of Ardmore. Let me double check here, see if a warning has come out on that. We've had multiple, yes, there is a tornado warning on this one now. So if you are north of Ardmore, I want you to head to your tornado shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado with this thunderstorm as well. A lot going on. Things have really just ramped up here in the last little bit. So let me recap what we have currently going on. And we now have, looks like four tornado warnings in place across our coverage area here in North Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee. Again, close to Henniger into DeKalb County. We've got a tornado warning for a storm that I believe will probably stay a little north of you folks in Fayetteville. But if you're in northwest parts of Lincoln County, you need to be headed to your shelter. Also looking at a possible tornado here, southern Lawrence County. That one is going to be moving into southwestern parts of Lincoln County. Again, you need to be seeking shelter for a possible tornado with that. And again, potential for a tornado as well, moving through portions of Lauderdale and on into Limestone County. Let me get the latest here. Lincoln County tornado confirmed. So it looks like we have multiple confirmation. Train spotter also reporting a tornado on the ground just outside of Rogersville, between Rogersville and Anderson. So at least 2 reports of tornadoes that are on the ground with these thunderstorms coming on through. So let's get you in the latest information. These are serious situations here. We've had multiple storms earlier today in Middle Tennessee that produced tornadoes, and now it appears that threat is developing down here into parts of northwestern Alabama. So let me get in for a closer look here. We're going to pull up our Decatur radar on this storm, again, in between Rogersville and Anderson. That's what it looks like rain-wise. There is your circulation showing up, again, just outside of Rogersville. Again, this is right along County Road 26, Snake Road. Here's your rotation showing up on the backside of this storm. And again, spotter reported confirmed tornado with this particular thunderstorm. Let me look at the debris signature here. Nothing super definitive, but again, possibility based on a spotter report that we did have a tornado on the ground with this. This is just another view from a different radar. Again, not seeing really what I would call definitive information that suggests that debris is being lofted in the air. But again, at least a spotter reported either something on the ground or perhaps a funnel out of this one. So again, multiple storms that we're tracking here with possibilities of tornadoes. Again, this is moving out of Lauderdale County, northwestern parts of Limestone County. So again, if you are northwest of Athens, if you're anywhere, we'll say from just to the west of Elkmont, up toward the state line, Limestone County, heading into Giles, Lawrence County area there in southern Middle Tennessee, I want you to seek shelter. Our storm here in Lawrence County is going to be moving into southwestern parts of Lincoln County, very close to Ardmore. If you are just north of Ardmore, I want you to seek shelter from this storm, again near Poplar Hill, there in southern parts of Giles County. Again, this storm, at least how it appears on radar, looks to be fairly significant in terms of tornado potential. There's the rotation again. You can see it showing up right in the vicinity of Poplar Hill. So again, this is going to be tracking just near and north of Ardmore. I want you to seek shelter there. If you're in southern Middle Tennessee in northwestern Lincoln County, here is another area of rotation just outside of Frank Ewing. This is going to be tracking very close to Boones Hill, probably staying just north of US 64. There you saw the latest scan update. There's your circulation showing up northwest of Boones Hill. So if you are in Boones Hill, I want you to be in your tornado shelter. Lastly, we're going to go back over here into parts of DeKalb County. Again, this is where we did have some rotation showing up. Still here, close to Henniger. I would say, though, with this particular thunderstorm, the rotation that we're seeing on radar is probably the least significant, but I still want you in your shelter. Henniger, it looks like the most dangerous part of the storm has passed, but if you're here near Eider, I want you to go ahead and seek shelter in areas basically from Eider over to the state line. I want you to go ahead and seek shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado out of this thunderstorm. Again, let's reset the view. We've got a lot going on. Again, we have multiple warnings. Don't want to lose track of the severe thunderstorm warnings as well. Those are all the yellow boxes. So outside of the tornado warnings, we have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. We're going to have to monitor these storms as well for perhaps some spin developing within. Right now, they're mostly hail producers. But again, potential tornado here northwest of Athens. We're going to watch it. Sometimes these storms, when they rotate, now right now, a lot of them are moving to the east-northeast. But sometimes if the rotation really starts to ramp up enough, the storms can take a little bit of a turn. And I think we're kind of seeing that with the storm here in western Limestone County. Even though the warning was drawn from southwest to northeast, I think this is turning a little bit more to the east. So we're going to watch this. It'll get close, but may stay just off to the north and northwest of Athens. But again, if you're up here near Anderson, over towards, we'll say near and south of Leicester, I need you to be in your shelter in that part of Limestone County. If you are in Lincoln County, Tennessee, again, northwest of Fayetteville, and then also to the southwest of Fayetteville. We've got 2 storms that are capable of producing a tornado. And our last tornado warning, again, this one appears to be a little less significant, but still, if you're near Ider in DeKalb County, I want you to seek shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado developing with this particular thunderstorm. All right, let me check here and see what new information we have coming in. Again, this was right before 8 o'clock. A train spotter did report a tornado on the ground near Rogersville. That was between Rogersville and Anderson. The new updates here. Severe thunderstorm warnings also for parts of Lauderdale County. Tornado warning for Jackson County canceled, and that's because the tornado part of that storm, or at least potential, has moved into DeKalb County. It does continue for DeKalb County until, I believe, 8:30. There was a funnel cloud, though, reported near Henniger. So again, if you're there towards Ider, I want you in your shelter. Reports of impacts in Giles County from the tornado moving into Lincoln County. Don't have any specifics on that right now. Report of a funnel cloud. This is in Limestone County in the Cairo Hollow Road area. Looks like another tornado warning has been coming out now for Lawrence County. This is near Town Creek. All right, so we have yet another tornado warning that is being issued. This is for the storm near Town Creek in Lawrence County. So new tornado warning here. We had one northeast now of Rogersville. We've got another tornado warned storm south of Rogersville. This is just, there's Town Creek. So Town Creek, you're not in the warning area, but areas to the northeast of Town Creek and to the north of Cortland, I need you to be seeking shelter for the possibility of a tornado. We're just going to go through these one by one. I'm going to take a look at different pieces of information. Fortunately, we've got our own live radars. We also have radars that we have access to from the National Weather Service, so we can get multiple views of what these storms are looking like from multiple radars. This is the radar out of Columbus, Mississippi. So again, the green is blowing toward, the red is away. There's your circulation showing up just north of North Cortland. But if you're here near Freeman Acres, Dells Vista Shores in particular, I need you to be headed to your tornado shelter. If you're watching us from Coxsey, they're along Highway 72 in western parts of Limestone County. This storm is tracking in your direction, so I need you to head to shelter there. Even as far south as Jerusalem, I need you to be headed to your tornado shelter in case this storm takes a little bit more of a turn to the right. But definitely if you're in Dells Vista Shores, I need you to be in your shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado. So we've got that one going on. We've got our other area rotation showing up here close to Cairo and Mount Roswell. So I need you in your shelter in those areas as well. Again, like I said, we have multiple radars here. So I'm going to pull up our Decatur live radar. This is what it looks like with the normal depiction of precipitation. You can see that with both these storms, and in particular the shape of some of these storms. What we look for, what's happening on the western and southwestern side. And when you get these little, it almost looks like a hook, that's a visual sign, just looking at the rain pattern, that we've got something going on. In fact, we're even seeing that with the storm there in Lincoln County off to the north of Ardmore. Let's take a look here at the wind velocity in all of these storms. Again, this is from our Decatur radar. And we are seeing that circulation showing up here, again, just to the southwest of Rogersville. A little bit of an indication of that as well, northwestern parts of Limestone County. Our storm here heading into southwest Lincoln County, north of Elkton. I will say this is fairly significant, what we're seeing here rotation-wise. Again, this is a live view with our radar in the Huntsville-Decatur area. Green is blowing toward, red is blowing away. So here in the vicinity of Elkton and just north of Ardmore, strong rotation showing up here. This is tracking towards Blanche, perhaps towards Bellevue. Fayetteville, we're watching this for you as well. Officially, I believe you are included in that tornado warning. And so what I want to do now, I'm just going to pull up all these storms. These are our multiple warnings. And I do want to track everything for you. We'll start here in the east. Again, we've got this storm near Eider moving through the area, but this is going to be moving out of DeKalb County here pretty shortly. But here's what we've got going on as far as time of arrival. Alrighty, just let me know some information in my ear. Sulphur Springs Station, which will take it across the state line by 8:16. Keep in mind we get the time change from central to eastern when we go from Alabama into Georgia. So this is only going to be in DeKalb County here, it looks like, for another 5 to 7 minutes before this one is out of here. But if you are east of Eider, there in DeKalb County, I do want you to seek shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado here. All right, let's track some of these other areas where we have, again, the possibility of tornadoes. We'll take you up into Lincoln County. We've got 2 storms with potential tornadoes associated with them. Again, I'm most concerned about this storm near Elkton just because of the shape of it. Again, it's got that hook appendage here. Basically, that's created due to the rotation wrapping the rain around the circulation. So again, if you're north here of Ardmore, headed towards Blanche, in southwestern parts of Lincoln County, I do want you to head to your tornado shelter. I'm going to track this out for you. We'll give you the approximate time this is going to be moving on in. You folks in Fayetteville, it's going to be a close call. So I do want you to go ahead just to err on the side of caution. Seek shelter if you're in Fayetteville. The storm will be coming into that area. It looks like probably close to 8:30, so you got about 20 minutes or so. Closer in here, again, Blanche arriving around 8:19, the Coldwater area around 8:23, and if you're in Bellevue, this will be arriving around 8:37. Again, this one perhaps our highest likelihood that we do have a tornado with this one. Let me take a quick look here at our tornado debris signature. Again, nothing that, normally these things, if it's on the ground, it's going to be incredibly obvious. Right now, not seeing something that is incredibly obvious. What is, though, the strong rotation that we have showing up here? Again, very close to Elkton. So this has just crossed I-65. Again, the rotation is showing up near Elkton, and this is about ready to cross from Giles County. This is the county line on into Lincoln County here in southern Middle Tennessee. So again, near and east of Elkton, if you're here toward Cache Point, if you're over toward Blanche, if you're over towards Coldwater, there you saw the latest scan update. I need you to head to your tornado shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado out of this thunderstorm. Since we did get the new update here, let's take a look here at the debris tracker. We are seeing something now that is starting to catch my eye, a little bit more significant here. What we look for in the debris tracker, it can determine the size of objects that are in the air that the radar is picking up. When you get the solid red color, that's all things of uniform size. When we get a drop in the color pattern, you start seeing these greens, the lighter colors. That can be an indication that there are things of different size being depicted on radar out of this particular thunderstorm. So again, seeing that now associated with the rotation here, and again, this storm, at least as it visually appears, is the most significant one right now. So we have to assume at this point, I believe there's a fairly good chance that there is something on the ground that is near or just crossed I-65, and again is going to be tracking into western and southwestern parts of Lincoln County in southern Middle Tennessee. So I want you in your shelter in these areas from Blanche, I believe, to Coldwater. Let's take a look at our storm here in Lauderdale County. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to pinpoint the rotation, which appears to maybe not as pronounced as it was, but still showing up here near Cairo and near Oakland. So I want you to stay in your shelter in those areas. Quick look here at the debris tracker. Not seeing anything that's catching my eye. All right, let's get into our other storm here. Again, this is the one outside of Town Creek. I'm actually going to switch radars, and we're going to get a closer radar view on both of these. So there's still your rotation showing up. So that is still there. It is not perhaps as pronounced, but still if you're here near Elkmont up to Leicester, I want you in your shelter. If you are here in far northern Lawrence County, north of Cortland, south of Rogersville, We're seeing the circulation right there getting ready to cross Tennessee River, moving from basically where Colbert, Lauderdale, and Limestone County all come to a point there. So this is going to be tracking into southwestern parts of Limestone County. Again, Coxie in the path of this, so I want you to seek shelter if you've not done that already. Again, a reminder, lowest level of the building that you're in, as many walls between you and the outside as possible. We're really concerned about some of these storms just because of what has happened earlier today in parts of Middle Tennessee. We know for sure there was a tornado that touched down near Columbia, Tennessee, so the atmosphere is quite volatile, supporting the risk of tornadoes and not just rotation, but tornadoes that actually can touch down to the ground and do damage because that's already happened. Again, our storm coming out of Giles County into Lincoln County, at least you're looking at this particular wind velocity out of the radar out of Mississippi. It is significant. I do believe that is our most concerning storm for the possibility of a tornado on the ground. Again, we'll take a closer view on this storm, checking out a couple different vantage points. Again, this is the debris tracker showing up from the Columbus Air Force Base radar, which is a little far away. Let's switch it back over to the radar out in northern Jackson County. And you can definitely see what we call a hook echo on the backside of this, east of Elkton. So again, if you're from Blanche to Coldwater, I want you to be in your shelter if you're not there already. Here's the debris tracker. If I take this back in time, show you what it did look like. And again, there might have been a brief period where this came down. This is our Decatur radar. This is live radar. And you can see, again, the hook. That is the rain being wrapped around the circulation. Again, just north of Cache Point, east of Elkton, headed towards Blanche and perhaps towards Coldwater as well. We can also check the debris tracker on our Decatur radar. Again, nothing definitive that we have something on the ground at this moment in time, but that does remain a possibility. That is, I would say, our storm that's most likely at this point capable of producing a tornado and putting something on the ground. Let me take a look here and see what new information that we have. So we continue the tornado warning. In multiple places. The circulation in DeKalb County perhaps getting a little bit stronger. New tornado warning has come for the storm here, which is going to pass north of Athens. So new warning, though, has come out. It does include a small part of northwest Madison County. So that warning has been extended for the storm moving across northern Limestone County. Again, let's just kind of show you the bigger picture here. This is everything that I'm monitoring right now, everything that we're tracking, and everything that has a warning associated with it. The red boxes, those are your tornado-warned storms. So again, we've got the one near the juncture of Lauderdale, Lawrence, Limestone County, headed towards Coxie. Tornado warning for that storm. We've got another tornado warning moving across northern Limestone County. Athens, I think this will stay just to your north. But if you are just north of Athens, I want you in your shelter. Again, our tornado-warned storms here moving across Lincoln County. We've got two. We've got one in the northern part of the county, which will pass north of you folks in Fayetteville. We've got another one near Elkton, a little east of there, a little north of Ardmore, that's going to be coming across southern half of Lincoln County. Fayetteville, hopefully you're going to get missed by both of these. But if you are just south of Fayetteville, I want you in your shelter. If you are just a little north of Fayetteville, I want you to be in your tornado shelter. The yellow boxes, severe thunderstorm warnings. The one there for Lawrence County, I believe that one was transitioned to the tornado warning. We do have another severe thunderstorm warning that does include northern parts of Jackson County, north of Scottsboro. Again, when we have these severe thunderstorm warnings, main concern is some large hail. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Another strong storm here near Scottsboro. And again, we have another tornado-warned storm here, northern parts of DeKalb County. Looks like that warning has been extended now on into parts of Georgia. Let me take a look at a different product here. We can take a look at the wind shear. and that also gives us a secondary look at potential for tornadoes. New tornado warning is now out for near Hillsborough. So that includes northern parts of Lawrence County. This does include you folks in Athens. So we have 3 tornado warned storms now near and west of I-65. The wind shear showing rotation here south of Rogersville, northeast of Town Creek. Rotation showing up near Hillsborough. There's your little bit of rotation northwest of Athens. That has weakened somewhat. Another view here into Lincoln County. Again, this is our most significant area of rotation showing up. You can see we even got an increase in the color there, which is indicative of some stronger rotation. Again, this is near and west of Blanche. Rotation near Boone's Hill in that northern part of Lincoln County. And then last but not least, there's your rotation showing up in DeKalb County. This is about ready to cross Interstate 59 near Rogers. This will be tracking into Georgia shortly, but I still want you, if you're near Rogers, again, areas to the east, southeast of Ider, to be headed to your tornado shelter. Going to head things over to Dan Schaefer at the news desk. I know, Dan, because of the threat of severe weather, we do have some school closings. I know the newsroom is also monitoring and checking to see if we're getting any reports of damage. But as I kind of reset here, Dan, let's kind of send things over to you for just a second.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jeff. And I'm going to quickly check the emails here. I haven't seen any reports of damage at this point. We did have a video come in of a small tornado. We're trying to get clearance on that right now. This was the one that you pointed out, Jeff, earlier in Rogersville. Other than that, we start by apologizing for interrupting your programming tonight, but this is a very important weather situation. It's a 31 alert day, and we have been telling you about this for probably the last 4 or 5 days now that this was coming, and people's lives and property are at risk. So we're going to stay with this for the duration, as long as it takes to keep you and your family safe. Of course, that is our number one priority. We do want to check in with these school closings, and there have been several. A lot of school districts here in North Alabama making preemptive calls to delay their starts. More than a dozen, in fact, school districts have already delayed their start of school tomorrow for at least 2 hours. Here's a list of them right now. Madison City Schools, Madison County Schools, Huntsville City Schools, Morgan County Schools, DeKalb County Schools, and Marshall County Schools are at this point calling for a 2-hour delay to the start of classes tomorrow. We have others, and we're constantly updating this list on our website and our news app. We do have that video now for you from a viewer who sent this to us. Here it is. Jeff, I want you to take a look at this as well. This is that Rogersville storm, which looks like it dropped a little funnel cloud and possibly a tornado. It's hard to tell if there's any debris being kicked up there.
Yeah, a little difficult to tell here at this point. Sometimes you can tell there's definitely rising motion.
Yes.
So these are some clouds and definitely rising air going up into this storm. And maybe just a little rotation that we're seeing out of this. So again, we've had some visual reports of some funnels and areas of rotation corresponding with what we are seeing on radar. So again, that is what has prompted a lot of the warnings that we're not only seeing things on radar, but we're seeing things as well visually from storm spotters out there supporting the threat for developing tornadoes here across the area. So appreciate whoever sent that video in or where we got it from. And I will say this, that helps us tremendously tell the weather story. So if you can safely, and I want to emphasize safely, get video of either storms or damage, that really helps us out to provide more information and to give us a better idea as to what we are dealing with, since we're not physically there and can't see it. You are our eyes and ears out there. So again, just notify us via our website or email if you can get any visuals safely or pass along any information to us. We do continue under that tornado watch that goes until 11 o'clock tonight. Of course, this came out during our earlier newscast. Things were quiet, but I mentioned at that point in time that at that time the atmosphere here in North Alabama was not yet conducive for seeing storm development and potential severe weather. That has changed dramatically here just within the last hour. So let's get back in here. I want to take a look at the big picture here We want to show you what we've got going on with all the storms here around the area, and we're going to run down all the warnings. And we have multiple tornado warnings. Most of Limestone County, you are covered with tornado warnings right now. We got 1, 2, 3 of them. We have tornado warnings, 2 of them in effect for Lincoln County in southern Middle Tennessee. And our last tornado warning for the storm in DeKalb County, that one though, very shortly, will be moving out of our area on into northwest Georgia. So let's get in here and get the latest details on all of these storms. We will start you in DeKalb County. Again, our tornado warned storm here, I believe, is headed on into Georgia. So it has crossed here near Sulphur Springs. Let me just check the wind velocity on this. And you can see where the circulation is showing up here, pretty close to Sulphur Springs. So this storm is moving out of DeKalb County. So if the warning is not being canceled yet for you folks in DeKalb County, it is going to be very, very shortly because that storm is now heading on into Georgia. We'll keep an eye on the storm back behind it. You see this one showing up into parts of Jackson to near DeKalb County, near Rosalie. This one's fairly strong, dumping some pretty heavy rain near Eider. Before we move on from this, going to take a quick look here at the wind velocity. Don't see anything of any great concern, maybe a little broad rotation showing up here east of Pisgah, north of Henniger, but nothing that is particularly alarming at this point in time. All right, so let's get you into some of these other areas of storms, and we got to watch all these. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning here in northwestern Jackson County. This is very near the radar in High Top, the National Weather Service radar there. Let's take a look at wind velocity. Don't see, of course, sometimes when it's this close to the radar, things don't show up, but not seeing anything too alarming there. We do have another strong storm here just outside of Scottsboro. This one moving toward the north, so you're going to get clipped by it here in Scottsboro. Let's take a look here if there's any rotation near Limrock. Nothing that catches my eye, so that is some good news. But with all these storms, we're going to have to watch them very, very closely. All right, into Lincoln County. We'll take you into the northern storm first. This is passing north of Fayetteville. Circulation on this perhaps has weakened near Petersburg. It's still there, green toward red away. Little rotation right along 431. That appears to have weakened, so that storm is weakening. The storm here west of Bellevue, though, still seeing significant rotation near Blanche, near Coldwater. Again, the green is toward, the red is away. There's your rotation showing up near Blanche and Coldwater. This is tracking mostly east. If you're in Fayetteville, it's probably going to pass just to your south. But if you're anywhere from Skinham down to Bellevue, I want you in your shelter. Again, we're seeing still strong rotation showing up right around Blanche. In fact, let me zoom in, and we're going to pinpoint this exactly where it is. Again, this is right over Blanche. Closing in on, let's see what road this is. Old Railroad Bed Road here in Lincoln County, Tennessee. Near Blanche. There's your circulation showing up. Again, that's still well defined. Quick look here at a couple of the other products. The debris tracker, nothing definitive. Want to take a look at our live radar out of Decatur at this particular storm. Again, we're seeing the rotation there in the vicinity of Blanche. Our debris tracker on that radar, not definitive that there's something on the ground, but that is still fairly significant rotation with that storm. All right, let's take you down into Limestone County. Again, tornado warning in northern Limestone County. This is a storm that is passing north of Athens. This one was actually the first tornado warning that came out for the storm northeast of Rogersville. It has passed you in Mount Roswell, located from near Legtown to Elkmont. So Elkmont, I need you to stay in your shelter. Let me get a look here at the wind velocity. Rotation is not as strong now with this. You see it near Spencer Store is where we're pinpointing it, just a little west of Alabama 127, again, in the vicinity of Elkmont. Red's away, green is toward. There's your rotation near Spencer Store. Again, this is not as strong as it was, but it is still there. So if you're in Elkmont, over here to Cary, to Thatch, I want you in your tornado shelter, lowest level of the building that you're in, as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, that is one of multiple tornado warnings that we have in effect here for Limestone County. We've got another area rotation showing up close to Ripley, a little south of Coxie. Again, this is what was issued for right outside of the Cortland area, Town Creek area there in Lawrence County. It's now fully out of Lawrence County, at least this one storm. But again, that circulation showing up near Poplar Creek and Ripley. This is moving east-northeast, so if you're here in Lawngate, if you're here in Reed, Blackburn, basically areas near and south of Highway 72 going west out of Athens, I want you in your shelter. If you're in Athens, particularly on the south side of town, 72 South, I want you to be headed to your tornado shelter. Let me do a track on this, and we'll show you the approximate time of arrival that this is going to be coming on in. Again, the circulation is very close to Ripley right now. And as this continues east, maybe a slight jog to the north, here's when it's going to be coming on in. Again, south side of Athens, once you're in your shelter, south to 72. Reed by 8:38, this will be coming in around Tanner around 8:46. You can see the current time right now, 8:29. So about 15 minutes out from reaching Tanner along Highway 31, basically from near downtown Athens and southward down to Tanner. I want you in your shelter in these areas. You also see Athens Junior High School that just popped up here, 8:49. So again, about 15 or so minutes before this starts moving into central parts of Limestone County. Let me clear this out. We've got one more tornado-warned storm. This one is a little to the south. Looks like this one is still in Lawrence County. No, it is moved in. I think we've actually had maybe a couple of these storms kind of merge together. So these two tornado-warned storms that were put out for Lawrence County, those storms are kind of merging here. Looks like southwest of Athens. So again, if you're near Athens and southward to Tanner, once you're in your shelter. Again, if you're north of Athens here towards Elkmont, once you're in your shelter. If you are in, there you saw the latest scan update. Let me take a look at our Decatur radar. And in particular, the storm here southwest of Athens appears to be the most significant one in Limestone County right now. Okay, where was that at?
Lincoln County.
Lincoln County. Okay, reports. We've checked with Lincoln County in southern Middle Tennessee. No reports of any damage showing up there thus far. But again, our storm rotating here southwest of Athens. If you're basically from 72 south, from Athens, Highway 72 south towards Tanner, I want you in your tornado shelter for, again, the possibility that this storm produces a tornado as it moves on through. Again, let's kind of reset the view. Show you what we've got going on. Again, multiple storms out here capable of producing tornadoes. Still a very intense storm here, southern Lincoln County. The one in northern Lincoln County continues to weaken. And in fact, it looks like the tornado warning on that was dropped. Tornado warning, though, does continue on the storm here, which will be very near Fayetteville. Probably will stay a little south. But if you're in the south side of Fayetteville, south, along 231, 431 there, going to Park City, I believe, right there along the state line, once you're in your shelter. Again, still have the potential for a tornado showing up here north of Athens near Elkmont. Once you're in your shelter there, that does include a sliver of northwest Madison County. And again, it appears we did have some visual confirmation. We can tell that when tornado is either confirmed by radar with the debris tracker or by spotters when it plots in the purple. So it looks like there's been some visual confirmation at least a short time ago here north of Athens. And again, southwest of Athens, very strong storm here as well with the possibility of a tornado on that one. Again, let me check here. And see what we have tornado-wise. Looks like some nickel-sized hail. Again, that's the main thing that we're looking for in the non-tornadic storms is the possibility for some large hail. That's the least of our concerns out of this. Again, our greatest concern is the possibility that some of these storms are potentially going to produce tornadoes. Let me circle the main areas that I'm most concerned about right now. and that is going to be portions of Limestone County here into Lincoln County, Tennessee. These are the most significant storms that we have going on right now, and the ones that, if we're going to get some tornado activity, would be most likely the ones to do it. So let's get a closer view here. Keep in mind we're constantly getting new updated information here from the radar. So that's why I keep going back and forth to these storms, because each new scan has a new bit of information. This is our storm southwest Lincoln County. I believe this is still the most significant, greatest likelihood of a tornado out of this one. Again, tracking towards Bellevue, near Skinham, probably will stay just a little south of you folks in Fayetteville. Let's take a look here, a couple different products. This is the wind velocity. Again, showing the circulation showing up here. Here's Blanche. So Blanche, it's gone past you. So most dangerous part of the storm past Blanche. It's past Coldwater, past Taft. Now next in line, headed towards Marys Grove, Camargo, again Bellevue, and perhaps Skinham. It does appear that this is probably going to stay a little south of you folks in Fayetteville. I know you're officially, parts of Fayetteville are included in the tornado warning area, but the way this storm is tracking mostly to the east, just a very slight jog to the north, it's likely going to stay just south of Fayetteville unless there's some dramatic turn in it. There you saw the latest scan update. Again, just to remind you what the colors mean. Green blowing toward the radar. Red is blowing away. You get a sense of counterclockwise circulation. That's what most of these storms do. They produce tornadoes that rotate counterclockwise. So that is what we are looking at here on the radar. Let me take a look at the debris tracker. Maybe close here to Marys Grove. It doesn't quite line up with the circulation. Let me get a second opinion here. Our Decatur radar. It is also picking up again on the Hook. And that is actually showing it right over Marys Grove. So let me take a look here. Again, this is our live radar. So the greens are towards, reds are away, so circulation appears to be right over Marys Grove. So I need you in your shelter there. And again, Bellevue, I keep mentioning Bellevue. This is headed in your direction. If you're not in your shelter yet, you need to be there. Our debris tracker, again, perhaps right here, where we get a drop-off in the brighter colors. So we've got the reds here, we got the reds here, and then we got this drop-off. We've got the more dull colors. Again, that's the radar suggesting that there are objects of different size being picked up and lofted into the air, which means it's not just raindrops that's being detected. It is things that a potential tornado is likely destroying. And again, we're seeing that. This is our live radar out of Decatur. So I'm seeing that on the debris tracker, kind of losing the velocity signature a little bit, but again, when we had it just a second ago, right over Marys Grove, so there's a high likelihood, I believe, that there could be a tornado on the ground here near Marys Grove. So if you're in, yep, there we go. This is our debris tracker using also the National Weather Service radar, so that's it. That's a tornado on the ground, Ardmore Highway near Marys Grove, tracking towards Bellevue. So this is a dangerous situation here in southern Lincoln County. I'm going to track this out for you. Again, Bellevue, I need you in your shelter. If you're not there, this is going to be there momentarily. This is tracking its way on off to the east. Bellevue, it's going to be there within the next 3 to 4 minutes. Fayetteville Municipal Airport, again, south of Fayetteville. This is going to be south of Fayetteville. But coming in, Rosal's Mill, New Hope, Van School, Van Town, all between now and the top of the hour. So again, if you are here in southern parts of Lincoln County, need you in your shelter. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground. We were seeing that with our live radar out of Decatur. We're seeing that confirmed with the National Weather Service radar out of Jackson County as well. Again, dangerous situation here, southern parts of Lincoln County. Again, Marys Grove to Bellevue, it appears we have a tornado on the ground with this particular thunderstorm. I need you in your shelter in these areas. Do want to take a look at some of the other storms. Again, this is the most significant one that I've been seeing on radar here in the last little bit, but I want to check on the storms in Limestone County. And, I wish I could instantaneously give you information on all of these, but when you have this much going on, you got to pick one at a time. Let's take a look here. I'm going to pull up our Decatur radar. This is for the storm, again, approaching Athens. So if you're in Athens, again, I mentioned 72 south. This is maybe taking a little jog to the north. So you folks, even north of 72 now in Athens, I want you headed to your shelter for, again, the possibility of a tornado with this particular thunderstorm. There's our debris tracker, our Decatur radar. There's the wind velocity. This is the National Weather Service radar, debris tracker. Again, perhaps. There's the wind velocity. There's your rotation close to Reed. So again, this is moving east-northeast. So if you're in Athens, basically anywhere in the city of Athens, definitely south side of the square downtown to the south. This is where the circulation is going to be passing on through. But I need you in your shelter anywhere in the city of Athens right now. Not seeing indications that there's something on the ground with this storm. But again, given what's happening up in Lincoln County and southern Middle Tennessee, I want you to be headed to your shelter. Our other tornado-warned storm, northern part of Limestone County. Let's get the latest on this. Here's the circulation still showing up now a little east of Elkmont. Perhaps it's broadened out a little bit, but still the possibility that a tornado could develop with this. Debris tracker, not definitive. Something on the ground. This is our Decatur radar. Let's take a look at the velocity here and the debris tracker. And again, nothing definitive here. Up here into Fayetteville, or excuse me, into Lincoln County, south of Fayetteville. Taking a look at all our radar information. Very intense thunderstorm. Just in this small area, last 30 minutes, more than 300 lightning strikes. And again, this is in the vicinity of where we are seeing that very strong rotation. Still well-defined rotation showing up here just west of Bellevue, a little east of Blanche. And there were indications, again, of something on the ground. Still seeing that close to Bellevue. So again, near Bellevue, I need you in your shelter. This is going to stay south of Fayetteville. This is still an indication of a tornado on the ground right around Bellevue. Take this back in time and show you how this has evolved. And there you see, there's where it started showing up, where it touched down east of Blanche, just a little west of Bellevue, which is where we are finding it right now. So again, still an indication that we have a tornado on the ground here, southern Lincoln County. In Middle Tennessee, I need you in your shelter. Bellevue, this is coming through right now. This is tracking east towards New Hope. This is New Hope in Lincoln County, Tennessee, not Madison County, Alabama. Lincoln County, Tennessee. So Bellevue to New Hope, Vantown to even Flintville now. I want you to be headed to your shelter. Again, this is an indication of a tornado on the ground. We are seeing debris being lofted, being detected by radar. We do have some reports of some damage in Limestone County near Brigadoon. But again, our storm in Lincoln County, that's the one that I'm most concerned about. And we are going to track this debris signature, again, near Bellevue. This is getting ready to cross 231. Fayetteville Municipal Airport, again, just south. This will not go through Fayetteville proper, but just south of town, coming through Rossell's Mill by 847. New Hope in Lincoln County, Tennessee, coming in by 851. Van School, Vantown by 855. I need you in your shelter. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground, confirmed by radar in the fact that we are tracking debris associated with this thunderstorm. Let me just widen the view here again. Got a lot going on. Again, we've got two tornado-warned storms, Limestone County. We've got one moving north of Decatur, and again, perhaps heading towards Athens. In fact, let me check in on our Decatur camera. I may actually pull that up here. We will give you a live picture of what this looks like right now. Oh, we do? Okay, let's go to that, our Decatur camera. All right, so there we go. We've actually got multiple cameras. This is the Decatur one, looking off to the north. That's the direction that I've got it pointed right now, and you can see a tremendous amount of lightning. Again, this is, move the camera around a little bit. This is looking north towards Athens. A little tough to see. You know, it's dark out at this point in time. These are not things that you're going to be able to see coming. We can really only see them by radar unless we've got some storm spotters that are right up on these storms. But again, that was looking north out of Decatur, a tremendous amount of lightning. So if you're in Athens, I need you to be in your shelter, especially if you are in southern Middle Tennessee, in southern Lincoln County, you need to be in your shelter. These are all the warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings in yellow. In the red and the purple, those are your tornado warnings. And when they show up in purple, that means there has been confirmed either sighted or we've detected debris on radar. And again, that is something that we have seen there in southern Middle Tennessee for our storm south of Fayetteville. Let me take a look here around for you folks in Athens. We're still seeing rotation showing up here. There's your circulation moving into the southwest side of Athens. So if you're in Athens, need you in your shelter, down 31 towards Tanner. Once you're in your shelter, we're still seeing a well-defined what we call hook echo here. Our rotation is still showing up here near southwest side of Athens, near Tanner in this general area. Is the circulation that we're seeing. Don't know that we necessarily have anything. We're close here. In this area where the rotation is, a little bit of a drop off in the color scheme here that could, like I said, could indicate maybe something trying to touch down. Again, the data is not real definitive at this point in time. Let me take a look here, our Decatur radar. You're seeing the data change live with it. Also seeing the rotation here coming in across the south side of Athens, just south of downtown, a little south of 72. Still seeing the circulation, velocity signature here. Red is toward, green is away. Excuse me, green's toward, red's away. So we're seeing that circulation showing up. One last look here, our debris tracker. Again, we're seeing something similar, perhaps something on the ground here close to Reed, moving into the southwest side of Athens. So again, I need you in your shelter in Athens. New tornado warning for Limestone, Madison County. So that is going to be basically an extension of our current warning that we have in place here. Here's the latest scan going around. Again, possibly we've got something on the ground here moving into the southwest side of Athens. I think that's a real possibility with our storm here in Limestone County. So if you're in Athens, I need you in your shelter. Again, there's your circulation showing up. The hook echo, again, what we've got here, rotation, wrapping the precip around. This is going right across Highway 31, and of course it'll be going across 65 here shortly. Again, this is Highway 72. So the main circulation is showing up just south of 72, just a little south of downtown Athens. So south into town of Athens down to Tanner. Need to be in your shelter. For again, the possibility of a tornado here. This is going to continue to track through the East Limestone area and eventually on into western parts of Madison County. Let's see here the latest on the warnings. Okay, so the other tornado warning, I think we're going to get another tornado warning. So just a heads up, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get another tornado warning on the storm here moving through Athens that will be taking it into Madison County. Our extended warning, though, here is for the storm south of Ardmore. So let's take a look at this one. And then I'm going to get up into Lincoln County. Again, we have 3 storms, potential tornado activity with all of these. Our storm south of Ardmore. There's your rotation showing up near Thatch, green blowing towards, red blowing away. Counterclockwise rotation, this is going right across 65. So 2 storms with rotation moving across Limestone County. One to the north, near and south of Ardmore. We've got the other one moving through Athens. Here's the latest on our storm in Lincoln County. Again, this is your wind velocity, 231 is where this is crossing right now. It is going a little south of Fayetteville. Again, it's gone now through Bellevue, basically between Bellevue and Skinham, going across 231 there, southern parts of Lincoln County in southern Middle Tennessee. So we do have 3 active storms with tornado potential. Looks like another warning has been issued here for Jackson County. This one's right on the state line, a little northeast of High Top, north of Stevenson. This is probably going to hug the state line between Alabama and Tennessee, up in that direction. So new tornado warning here for this particular thunderstorm as well.